The most foolish pilot in history caused absolute carnage just because he wanted to win a bet. On October 20th, 1986, the pilot Alexander Kluyev made a bet with his co-pilot. He said something like, "Hey, I bet I can land with the windshield curtain closed, just using the flight instruments." And the co-pilot was as foolish as the pilot to accept the bet, as there were only two possible outcomes. They would either die or lose the bet. Furthermore, for context, I'll mention there were 87 passengers on the plane. As the plane approached its destination, Kluyev began the descent. He closed the windshield curtain and used his flight instruments, but he completely ignored the proximity to ground warning that was going off. The aircraft hit the ground at 173 miles per hour before veering off the runway, flipping over, and catching fire. The firefighters responded in just a minute, yet some reported that when they entered the plane, already there were charred bodies falling on them. Others were still strapped to their seats at the top, because remember, the plane had flipped and their clothes were burned. The toll from the crash was terrible. There were 70 casualties with only 24 survivors. The co-pilot died of a heart attack on the way to the hospital. As for Kluyev, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison, but his sentence was eventually reduced to 6 years in prison. Subscribe for more videos.